Well, guys, you know what? We've been waffling on about some, Tyne-Wear derby. Obviously, I want to get into that, get a little bit of that in there. But I think it's time to bring in a man who's going to dissect our next segment. We got Adrian in the building. AD, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. The gang have been wishing you happy birthday on the chat. Yeah, man, what's going on? What's happening, man? What are you saying?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready to dive into some title talk, ready to dive into some predictions. I'm ready to dive into some champions-elect matters. But yeah, man.
They're asking for the song, bro. They're asking for it. They said play the song, man. They said play the song.
Well, listen, I'm a man that never disappoints.
Listen, a man that never disappoints. Whilst he's doing that, AD, aka Mr. Five Rolex watches.
I got 6, man.
You got 6 though. Hello, 6. He's got.
I'm balling.
Yeah, AD, man. What's popping, man? I don't even know where to go with this first. Are you getting the song or not?
Yeah, I've got it still.
All right, run that, cuz.
What's this song? What does he say?
What's going on?
I can't relax. I'm gonna be real. That song is awful. You know what? Yeah? No, because I don't even know what it is, bro.
I said Donnie's playing these.
I was like, are we getting copyright striked? Because that was more than 10 seconds.
I saw it. Basically, he tweeted me it, but I was at work, so I couldn't listen to it. And then I forgot about it. So this is my first time hearing it.
Fresh.
From Arsenal to I should have tested it. It could have been anything.
Look, AD, let's get into the meat and bones of this, meat and potatoes of this, right? Own goal from Jakob Kivior. A fantastic strike by Luis Diaz sends Liverpool through to the fourth round of the FA Cup after knocking out Arsenal. What was your thoughts? You were at the Emirates Stadium. What did you see? You were near the Liverpool end as well. Well, you weren't too far from it anyway. What was your thoughts?
I was singing under my breath. You know what, man? Forget Liverpool for a second. Arsenal need a number 9, man. Arsenal need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net.
Is it now?
Opening.
Is it now?
What? Opening 15, 20 minutes. The goal was gaping, begging for someone just to slap the ball in the net. Like those open goals. There were players rounding goalkeepers, kicking it into the side netting. There were world-class defensive blocks, and I think ultimately, I don't want to sort of delve into the game too much, but ultimately, Liverpool's quality just shone through. And I'm sorry, listen, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm not entertaining a single debate ever again. You know what? Robin, he can't defend. Are you happy now? David, Trent can't defend. Are you happy now? So bloody what? The size of world-class generational talent.
He was offside.
Yeah, man, and I think ultimately, it was just one moment of quality really from a free kick. Second goal, obviously Arsenal chasing the game. More space is going to be behind. Diaz with a lovely finish. But bro, it's like Klopp was on you. Klopp said, you know what, we either win this game or we lose this game. He in my mind, he tanked the game. When I saw, I like to think I'm an avid Liverpool fan. I don't think I've ever seen Bobby Clark in a Liverpool shirt. I've heard good things about him in the academy. I think he's Lee Clark's son. Like, I've heard good things, but I'm like, raw.
Clark's son.
Klopp just said, take it. Yeah, but we've got a couple. We've got Neil Dance's son in the academy as well. He's like 17. I saw a comp and then I saw the surname. Then I googled it. I said, it can't be Neil Dance's son. And then lo and behold, yeah, man. But I think that's all it was really. I think just sort of moments just sort of moments of quality show through yet again. Our goal is to charm life. I think we do need to play a bit better. But you know what? Also, man, listen. Let's stop disrespecting Ibu Konate, man. He sits at the table. The table that Willow Saliba dines at, Konate's there. Don't get me wrong. Willow might be the head of the table. Don't get me wrong, but Konate can pull up a seat.
You said he's Solo Sikoa, yeah.
Right. I must admit, I'm surprised that he got man of the match. If I'm honest, you know,
really.
I mean,
that's okay.
I don't know. Like from what I saw, like I don't know. I didn't. When I saw his name come up on like the TV coverage, I was like, oh really? He's got the man of the match. I don't know why. I just didn't think he was their best player. Do you know what I'm saying? I just felt like there were moments for me in the game. You know, it's usually they give it to the team that's winning, isn't it? It's normally the team that wins that gets the man of the match. And I thought a bit of Trent or a bit of Diaz would have probably done. They made the pivotal points. I mean, Trent was unplayable at times. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's almost his default setting, though, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's like, this is normal. This is normal Trent. So, like, what are we actually praising him for?
Yeah. The thing is, I can't give it to Trent because ultimately it was an own goal. Diaz, I hear it,
but some of the football Trent was playing. I mean, there was a through ball he sent. There was about 2 or 3 of them. And I was just like, go away. Just go away. Like, go away. But Diaz is strike enough for me. I mean, I looked at that strike and I said, nasty SOB. That's it right there. It was an Aguero finish.
No backlift.
No back. Oh, I don't think you understand how much I love those kind of goals. It was a lethal finish. And when I saw it, when it went straight to the top corner, I said, oh, what a goal. I said, that's how you go out of a tournament. you go out with one of those.
He took a page outside your money.
We'll talk about Arsenal. Fantastic goal. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. There were moments in that game, as you were saying, AD, on the Liverpool side for the time being, where it looked like in the first half, it looked like almost like you lot didn't mind losing this game. And then in the second half, it was like, wait, hang on a minute. Like the game's still on. Maybe. And then when you brought on those 2 youngsters who even, you know, the stadium, there's a massive hoop as they always do for a...
I was even joining in.
Even you joined in the who. Like, you know, all I'm saying, this name, I'm even reading the name and I'm thinking, this ain't right. I know I've got this wrong because I've never heard of these people. So, like, wherever the hell they've come from, you know, and I thought they would never be used. But, you know, number 84 and 42, you're thinking, Jesus, where have they plucked these kids from? When they brought them 2 on, I said, yeah, that's him saying, guys, we need to get out of here. Take me. We need to get out of here. And, you know, lo and behold, was it Bradley? I can't remember which one it was.
Conor Bradley
had the best game. When they came on, they had the best game. Like, it was so good.
He defended better than Trent.
That's what I'm saying. He was so good. And I was like, wait a damn minute, guys. They brought on 2 kids on key stage 4. We should be killing them. What's going on?
Did you see the foul that he gave away?
The foul, oh my! You could tell.
You man gave away bare fouls in the end.
It was straight out of school of like, you know, I've never played a professional football match in my life.
No.
But one of them, one of them has played like what? Plays for Northern Ireland. He's got like 13 caps.
No, bro. There's one foul.
Okay, good set.
And then he sides them down like he's a 34-year-old veteran. I thought it was Fernandinho that I saw.
Oh, you're saying
I was ejected from the stadium for clapping.
Oh God, Darwin Núñez.
I can't lie to you. I'm doubling down, man. I'm doubling down. He's effective. He's a workhorse. He's an outlet. But don't get me wrong. Fact of the matter is this: £85 million. We need produce. We do. And as I said, at the end of the season, we have to review it and we have to say, is this the right move? But at the bare minimum, he's offering us a hell of a lot. His link-up play is fantastic. He's a thorn in the side of the defenders. There was times I saw him battling Gabriel. Ben White didn't know what to do with him. And you know, for years and years and years, I was banging on the Adama Traore train. I was on it, first class. Take me to Peterborough. I'm there. And I just think in football, just Diaz and Núñez just having them as outlets and them being so as direct as they were, even like it just alleviated so much pressure and it just gave us an opportunity to attack. And if you look at the goals as well, one of the goals at least, it's just having those outlets. So don't get me wrong, I'm concerned with Darwin Núñez as a striker. The numbers just aren't numbering, and I think we need to look. What is it? Like, he even there's one chance he makes that's phenomenal. Good bit of play, whips it in, it just goes past the post. And then there's a second one from a corner wherein the ball fizzes back to him, and it's like, don't get me wrong, there's not an awful lot of the goal to aim at, but it's like, if you're a killer, bro, you put the ball in the net. And I think at that time it was 2-0. But yeah, he's a BCM, he's a big chance monster because he misses all of them. But I can't give up, man. For me personally, he offers far too much for me to give up on him. And I think, he's genuinely playing well. I'm putting my nuts on the line. Goals will come. I genuinely believe the goals will come. I'm doubling down on Darwin Núñez.
Love that.
I don't give a damn. I have to, because I'm watching the guy play. I'm watching him be effective. I'm watching him positively impact games. And guess what? His numbers aren't even that good anyway. Prior to yesterday, he averages a goal or assist every 96 minutes anyway. So it's not like his stats are horrendous, or his output anyway. It's horrendous. We just need him to, if you get 2 big chances in the game, we need you to take one of them. If Darwin Núñez can give us that, we've got one hell of a forward on our hands. So yeah, man, I'm all in. I'm strapped up. I'm strapped up to the end of the season at least. End of the season, I have to review it, but I'm happy with him. I'm not happy with him, but I'm seeing that he can improve.
Yeah, I mean, people are not necessarily agreeing with you on the Núñez talk. I mean, Nate's saying here, couldn't finish a sentence, let alone a chance. There's another one from Endo that's a bit shaky warrior. I'm a bit like, can I even put that on air? I don't know if I can. I don't want to get us cancelled here. Another comment he mentioned though is this AD guy saying he's effective. He's a nuisance, brother. We need goals.
Absolutely.
If we narrowly miss out on the league, keep this energy.
No, 100%. And look, he's cost us games. I've seen him cost us games before. Luton, prime example, where he's literally cost us games. And look, let's call a spade a spade. He does have the potential to cost us the league. I also think when you've got, as I said, as I've been banging on all season, when you've got 4 decent strikers and you've got Mo Salah, it can balance out. Don't get me wrong. Now Salah's out of the side, he needs to step up, and we need to see something. But bro, like, he's showing us, against Burnley, against Bournemouth, he's given us class finishes. I genuinely think it will come. Genuinely, I think
Newcastle away.
Newcastle away. Bang.
He won it himself. You know what I mean? Off the bench in injury time. Núñez has been stat padding in the Europa AD, and you know it. What do you think about that from Endo?
No, to a degree, that's correct. But bro, like, I see him impact. I see him positively impact games in the Premier League week in, week out. It's true. Link up plays a lot better. Like even in the Newcastle game, look, let's berate him. We can berate him all we want. But I think there is a knack for being in the right place in the right time, and his movement is getting him into these areas. Don't get me wrong. He needs to score. He needs to put the ball in the back of the net. I know, but I genuinely think I think he can. I genuinely think he can be a 20-25 goal season striker in the league easily. Genuinely, this isn't even hope. This is genuine. And I know we've seen flops in the form of the Timo Werners, the Romelu Lukaku's at Man United at Old Trafford, and we've seen dime a dozen.
Yeah. For
every good striker we've seen in the league, there's about 8 crap ones. We've seen it, but I genuinely think Darwin Núñez could be a great striker. I do. I genuinely do. Might be delusional, call me AD delusional, but genuinely I do.
Lastly here on Liverpool, and Footy Agenda says Diaz is nice goal, but for the love of God, he has to work on his passing. He can't pass so many wasted counters in each game. Was it him that did there was one I remember where I thought it was Núñez who passes it to Diaz, but it's behind him.
Was it behind him? I thought it was a good pass. Was it behind him?
One that was behind him, where it was like it felt like, oh my God, Liverpool are gone on the break here, they're gone, and then the chance didn't really fall because I think the pass was bad. I thought it was Núñez to Diaz.
I think you're just talking in general. I know you're talking about, and the Núñez just has his hands out, like.
Yeah,
but in real time, because I haven't actually seen that back. In real time, I thought that was a decent ball. I thought Diaz was the one that messed it up, but I need to watch it back. But yeah, no, Diaz is very like. You know, like there's when players have got flair and they're just sort of nonchalant with it. So sometimes he just doesn't take care of his passes. So like we'll just pass it and it won't go and he won't go to the right place, and then we'll just like fall to the ground, and it's like, oh, come on, man. Yeah. So
yeah, no, it's I like what I like about him is he's a bit nasty as well. He's a little bit nasty as well, and I think we need those kind of players in our side. We need them, man. We need them. Endo, you going to doubt me on my European football knowledge? Are you going to do this to me, Peter? Before this season, had you ever heard of Union Saint-Gilloise, Lask? Are these teams that Nunes is cooking against? First of all, you know full well I knew about these teams. Let's not do this. I'm not the guy to ask. But also, listen,
and it's 1-0.
He's bent into
Diogo Dalot.
Give us a rundown of that goal there, Mr. Robinho.
Basically, we're going on a counter-attack, and do you know what we're going to have been doing? They're trying to play on the counter-attack against the counter-attacking team. It doesn't really work because we know how we play. Spanish United's in our DNA. Anyways, they're trying to play this counter-attacking team, but do you know what they do? They're trying to rush it, and they're trying to play by flair. So they keep giving the ball away. They get to the halfway line, and they're trying to use PNP to get through. It doesn't work through. We get the ball back, and it's just a simple counter-attack. Ball's passed in. Rashford tries to flick it, but then instead of shooting, he hits the player. Then he finds Salah in the box. Salah has plenty of space and just curls it in. 1-0 to Manchester United.
1-0 to Manchester United, indeed. David, don't think I'd forgotten you, mate.
How can I help? How can I help?
Let's hear your thoughts on the.
It's same old Arsenal, bro. It's same old Arsenal. Everything I said is coming to fruition, bro. Before the game, what do I hear? Before the game, what do we hear? Gabriel Jesus injured.
Flip's sake, man. Again.
I said this. The mad injuries. Hey, the medical team is part of Arsenal. I said it's either the players, medical team, or the manager. And then you go and you start Havertz up front. The guy's trash, bro. I hope
Peter. We need to talk about this German. Because
this is the I quit match. You know when you bring the mic to the guy, he's on the floor. His face is crimson red. Peter, do you quit?
Yeah, do you quit, please? Yes. I called this from the day we signed him. I told, what did you tell me? Do not shop in our rivals' bins. And we shopped 65 M's. Not even the free, 65.
Oh, man said DW, you know.
The referee has the mic to your friend. Do you quit? We're not leaving.
For flip's sake, man. Do I quit? on what's the question?
Havertz,
the man that you gave 2 years grace to.
You gave him 2 years grace. He scored You scored the winning goal in the Champions League final for the London Blues, not for Arsenal, for the London Blues. And you know what? I'm good. He's trash.
I'll tell you something right now. You lot are shameful for asking me that question directly after his performance last night. Okay, like after those finishes last night. It's the answer to answer your question. I do not quit on Mr. Kai Havertz. His performance yesterday was shocking, and the thing I think what hurt me the most. We're talking about his finishing, really, if anything.
Yeah.
Because the header, the shot that was so tame. You know, if there's one thing I do not like, it's no conviction in your shoot. You know, when we're talking about we want a nasty SOB in the penalty area. We want a killer. You know, Ian Wright said it, I think, yesterday as well. You know, we need a killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, on this podcast, we've been massive fans of strikers of that ilk who, when the ball is in the penalty area, they do not care who is around, bruv. They are putting that ball in the back of the net, no holds barred. Now,
I relegate my own son.
You know,
go down.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are. And, so when I see, I've got Erdegaards, I've got Erdegaards, and I've got Kai Havertz's and people like that who are not really, no penetration in their no conviction in their kicking. I don't know. So yeah, it wasn't good by all. First half last night, it was confusing how we weren't 1-0 up. It was confusing how we were not in the lead. Huh?
You played so well.
It felt like a Wenger side. It was so bizarre. It felt like almost because there was so many chances left, right, and center. Now, don't get me wrong. Were there clear-cut chances? Were there this, that, and the other? Because I look at some of Liverpool's chances, and I feel like you lot had some very clear chances as well. And you did take your chances, to be fair. But yeah, it's just.
I guess the question you ask yourself: if you've got a 60-70 million pound striker, does it turn 1-0 last night?
No, he's meant to be a midfielder, bruv.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know. And the reason I say this, the only reason I say this, and the only thing that will back me on this comment is, guess what? Nobody else is scoring, because how many chances did Saka have last night that he absolutely
can we talk about him?
Put away? How many chances? Højlund has just gone over the bar. Very close.
Can we talk about him? Oh, is it not time yet?
What, Bukayo Saka?
Yeah.
Of course you can talk about him. Of course.
When is he getting dropped?
He's never. Wait. Okay, let me ask you this question, Robin. When is Arteta getting sacked? Same answer.
Because he needs to go on the bench. He needs to hold bench, if I'm very real. Because
guess what's funny though? We don't have a right winger to replace him with, because we've sold one to Trabzonspor. We've got one in Trabzonspor for some strange reason.
No, I think he done Pepe so dirty, man. Like, I'm sorry, like Pepe is good enough to be a bench option at Arsenal Football Club. He is, but
as I said, guys, I hope this result has opened people's eyes. This guy can't manage and he can't coach.
That's overblown, man. I'm sorry. Arsenal played well,
bro. I don't give a damn. Same thing against West Ham. What, Fulham? Fulham
was bad.
Bro, I don't give
I didn't say it was gonna happen. Guys, by the way, I didn't forget. I said it's gonna happen.
Guys, didn't believe. I'm all about results. This guy has been there 4 years. Every time we have a slump in form, he can't arrest.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
Yo, this is the third season in a row.
In fact,
probably even more than that. This is just the third costly season in a row.
He done it once. He done it one season. We didn't get took for
Champions League. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get Champions League. He done it another season. We missed out on the title. Bruv, there's a pattern here, bruv. I can't keep. How many seasons do I give Mano doing this?
Wow.
David, you know what you said about the comments about he can't manage? You said he can't manage, can't coach. How do you explain last season, really? Because last season we were unbelievable.
And what has he done?
No, but we were unbelievable last season.
Yeah. He last season I gave him his props, but what happened? We crumbled. He's now all you have to do, just rinse, repeat, add rice here, and we see where we go. We see where we go. But you've changed this whole thing. The fan base we're doing inverted this, we're doing this. Bro, how have we spent over 200 plus mil? And we're done statistically, we're done in everything.
But the thing is,
points, goals. What the hell's going on,
so the argument I would make here is simply this.
It's a great point.
It's a valid point. But what I would say is simply this. We would completely be talking differently about Arsenal if they put their ball in the back of the net. Like we spoke about this about West Ham. West Ham was a classic case of you did not finish your dinner, right? And we're talking about striker this, striker that, this, that, and the other. And I'm all with that, you know what I'm saying? And I think we've had something like 40 plus chances in the last 2 home games. We've gone with no goals. Like, that's freakish stuff. Fulham was a horrific performance away from home. We were diabolical. And Mikel was fuming about that game. And he even said, you will never see a performance like that again. That I can assure you of. And so there was a lot more, riding on that game. The West Hams of this world, even, Villa away, Newcastle away, Chelsea away. There are games where you're just looking at it like, wait a damn minute. Why can't anybody put one ball in the net? You know what I'm saying? And even like, because on the contrary, the Champions League performances this season, Sevilla came to us and they said, hey, let's play some football. Are you sure? We killed them. Lons tried to bat us up at their ground. So we brought them to the Emirates, gave them 6. You know what I'm saying? Then we gave, PSV, Wagwan. Who's PSV? Who are they? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we were beating up teams, beating them up. Now, whether, like, in my mind, I was thinking, is it because it's Champions League? The players are a bit more determined? Is there like a lack of professionalism that I'm noticing here? Or is it a case of like, if you're creating 30 chances a game, the system isn't wrong. The system for me isn't necessarily wrong. But what is so clear to football. Goals win games, goals change games, right? That's the truth of the matter. And goals will change analysis. And I totally understand it. I am not against anybody who says we must go and get a striker or we won't win this league. I'm not against anybody who says we must get more forwards or more wingers or whatever. You saw me in the group chat last night. I said, can you give me a midfielder that can pass forward? Because there's one thing I'm missing about with like a Thomas Partey. A very underrated part of his play that nobody ever talks about with Partey, the ball goes straight forward. It goes straight forward and we're on the attack straight away. And in fact, I think Odegaard has a lot to thank Partey for, because I think last season Partey was feeding the guy with so many through balls. So there's all of that going on. And I feel like because you know what? For example, give me a striker, David, that you want to see at Arsenal, just off the top of your head right now.
One came to my head straight away. I think
anyone. Just give me anyone. Just give me anyone.
Okay, let's just say Tony.
Okay, we'll go with Tony. So Tony scores 20 goals for Arsenal from January till May, right? But what I want to know is, how many does Martinelli get? How many does Saka get? How many does Odegaard get and Havertz get in that time when Tony's getting the 20? Because even if Tony gets the 20, we're still short if the other players are playing how they have been playing at the start of this season. So, even, people are putting in Thierry Henry in the chat and stuff like that. Henry had Perez, had Ljungberg, had Bergkamp scoring goals. Wilton will get you 5 of the most important goals of the season when he played 11 times. Van Persie used to score like 11 and 11 whenever he was coming off the bench. People like that. So you need to have, I agree. I think we need a centre forward to score goals. We do. But I think at the same time, these players are more than capable of winning the league this year.
Oh, of course.
Set of players that we had last year, with a few additions, in fact. You know what I'm saying? With the Timber situation, obviously, we forget that he's injured, but Timber is there. We have friggin' we need to. The system is what Arteta, I need you to do between now and Palace at home is just everybody needs to practice on finishing their chances. That's what we need. I don't think necessarily, it's beautiful football. It was beautiful football. It was a bit, it smelled in the end. But United are in the back door of friggin' Wigan. That's what I'm going to say. They are there. But yeah, I just think if Arsenal starts, what's the word? We've shown last season, David, that we can score goals from everywhere. Where Jesus can get you, 10, 11, 12 goals. The wingers can get you over 10 goals. Odegaard gets you over 10 goals. We can have all of these things. It's one thing if Saka's scoring and we're saying, we can't just rely on Saka. We can't just rely on Martinelli. We can't just rely on Odegaard. By the way, nobody's scoring. So we need to have the £20 million, the £100 million striker in there, could be there. But the thing is, if he's in there, we still don't necessarily cross over the line.
Yeah, I've got a question. What's gone on? Because as you rightly said last season, Saka was filling his boots, Martinelli was filling his boots, Jesus, Odegaard was getting in and out. So what's going on from last season to now, where all of them are off the boil at the same time? And how do you rectify that?
So 2 things to answer that question. Remember the start of the season, what were we saying about Arsenal? Teams are sussing us out. Arsenal don't seem to know how to break through and get away in there. All of a sudden, no plan B, right? Now all of a sudden, we've got 30 shots a game. So in some way, I don't know if this is true, but in some way, I feel like we have to give a bit of credit to Arteta a little bit here, because what was once a stopgap where we couldn't unplug the friggin' plug in the bath, he's unplugged it now. But now we're not scoring now. You understand what I'm saying?
I've got a theory on that. It's the quality of chances we're getting.
Okay.
Everything is right. Jesus is heading's not the strongest. Havertz heading's not the strongest. That's not the. We ain't got an all-rounder. So the chances these people are falling to certain man, that's not their technique. Yeah. It's not their forte. It's not like if Haaland's missing those chances, then all right, cool. If I have a Haaland, I'm like, yo, Haaland, bruv, come on, bro. What are you doing? Yeah. Jesus ain't the tallest of guys. I don't expect him to be scoring headers. But the ones on the floor and you're missing, nah, bruv.
And that's the thing. We're missing. But you know what's funny? How many chances have Arsenal had in the last 3 or 4 games where you say you have to score that? By the way, Reece Nelson's first chance. You know, Ramsdale. I'll tell you what. It was a breath of fresh air to see the goalkeeper just take it long, and it went straight to Reece Nelson. And you know what? To the people that will remember Ramsdale enough for Arsenal, he did that all season last year. He'd get the ball early. You know, Liverpool would have had a chance. The ball's gone out of play. He's grabbed the ball quickly, sing straight to, he sees whoever it is that's making a run, and it went straight to Reece Nelson. Reece has to score that goal. He has to score that. He cannot miss that opportunity. You round the keeper, you lob the keeper, you do whatever. You have to finish. I know Alisson is like, you know, it's like the frigging, you know, man of God giant, right? I understand that. But my God, you have to put it away. You have to put it away. So there are chances where you're like, he has to, you know, Kai Havertz had about 3 opportunities last night where you all would say he has to score. Guess what that tells me? The chance is big enough and clear enough to score that goal. You know, I look at Odegaard when did Odegaard hit the bar?
Yeah, hit the bar.
Oh, yeah.
It took about a year, as he always does, about a year to take the shot.
Did he?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen,
I think it was the fear. It happened in the blink of an eye for me. Fair enough.
One thing about football is simply this: if you're fast, there's nothing no one can do. If the football and one of Arsenal at their very best, at their very peak, what they're very good at, when they're quick. Yeah, I just saw that shot from Garnacho.
Yeah.
Cannon off the bar there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. If there's one thing that teams are good at, if you're fast, if you move the ball, because in the first like 10-15 minutes, AD, you're probably watching the game thinking, "Yo, we could be out of sight here." Quickly, you know, this FA Cup tie is done in the first half. We said that against West Ham. So, but before that, we were too rigid, weren't we? It was the arc of frustration all over again. It was very rigid. We weren't breaking the teams down. Now, I feel like we're breaking them down and we're not scoring the goals. So now, you know, what needs to change? Like I said, in training, in your warm weather training in Dubai, we need to see that ball hit the net, fam. You see the training pictures and videos? You see the behind the scenes? Listen, all I want to see is that net rattle. And then you come back and you say, Palace, Roy Hodgson and Palace, you're going to hold 4 today. We're done. We're done. Like, we're done with messing around. Arsenal have had a few. So when you don't say that, you know, Mikel's gone through a streak where he can't seem to come back from a deficit. You know, when the wind starts blowing the other way, he can't arrest it. I would argue that in the beginning, guys, we were stiff. We were not creating chances. We were boring to watch. X, Y, and Z. The game against Liverpool, the game against West Ham, we saw. By the way, Brighton, it worked. You know, we were quick, we were on it, we were there. We had about 38 shots in that game. So 38 against Brighton, 30 plus against West Ham. I think we had about 20 against Liverpool. I can't remember off the top of my head, 15 or so, whatever. You know, the chances are now being created. So guess what, Saka? Guess what, Martinelli? Guess what, Odegaard? Guess what, Jesus? Guess what, Eddie? I need you to put them away.
Mate, no consistency, mate. As I said, and not every team's we're not going to create 30 chances every game, innit? So even then, bruv, that's pressure. When you get that one opportunity, these men are not finishing, bruv. Hence why you need that clinical striker, bruv.
You know, people are saying, you know, Taha said Boniface. I mean, you know, he's hot right now, but like, how many players have been hot right now that don't do anything? You know, Vlahovic, where has he been since we were linked with him and he went to Juventus? The Juventus didn't make the Champions League. Do you know them ones? Like, it's one of those, you know. Footy Agendas says, big up Footy Agendas, by the way. What's going on? Reece Nelson was good last game. How comes he never features consistently? Arteta's looking suspect. Well, the truth is, I think definitely Reece Nelson deserves to get a run of games. I don't think he's ever started a game until I don't think he's ever started a Premier League game, for example, for Arsenal.
I've not seen it, Brink.
Yeah, and then he had his chance last night. He got a start, and when he was taken off, I thought that was a bit weird, but you know, but yeah, I agree with you, Footy. He needs to get games. The thing is, it's just that risk of if I drop Martinelli and Saka in a game and we lose 2-1, he will be kicking himself. He'll be kicking himself for sort of thinking maybe if I had those two in who I can rely on a bit more, they might do it. But you got to give these players a chance. I'm totally with you on that.
Pete, I got a question for you, bruv.
Yeah.
What do you think of us having both our wingers are left-footed? Does that
Martinelli's right-footed?
Is it right-footed?
Martinelli's right-footed. He's done a few stuff with his left foot, I think, and that just kind of shows his quality. But he's right-footed.
Do you know what? I think we need to switch that thing play on the right. He doesn't have many moves. Like knowing someone who doesn't, he's always cutting inside. I need man on the other side cutting out wide. Swap him.
I mean, there's a couple of things on that, because do you remember Martinelli was a centre forward for Arsenal, by the way? You know, when we bought him, he was a number 9. When he was debuting under Emery, he was number 9, scoring headers, scoring goals with his foot, scoring all kinds of goals, right? And the conundrum of, maybe Kai Havertz should be the false 9, and we could see why he should not be a striker at Arsenal, because the finishing is too scarce for me. It's too much. He cannot play as a centre forward, right? Why not move Martinelli up front? You know what I'm saying? And then maybe bring Smith Rowe to the left, or bring Trossard to the left, or bring Jesus to the left, or whatever. Mix it up. You know what I mean? Like and I'm talking like in the course of the game, because sometimes the manager doesn't necessarily have to even go ahead and do that. Somebody might just say, you know what? Like when Martinelli came on against Trent, right? And he was giving Trent the business early doors, and the crowd, the North Bank was on its feet. They couldn't, straight away when Reece came off and Martinelli came on, bang, he just came for it to kill. And then what did Trent do? Trent then said, bun this. I'm not sticking around there for that long. I'm moving into the center of midfield, and I'm going to get my other defenders to come and cover. Maybe that's what Konate got the man of the match for, because he was covering 2 positions, right? So, but that's in-game management. You know the ones. That's you using your brain where you say, do you know what? This guy's roasting me at the minute. Can somebody come and frigging cover me for 5 minutes? And then we'll see the game out.
And probably listen, we got a young team. This is where experience comes in. Like
definitely.
Saliba's not. What, he's only like 20.
Why?
He's only like 23 in it.
Yeah, he's young. He's young.
So and then you got.
There was no need.
Right, Rice should know, or I don't know, mate. Listen,
so hard. There's no way Porto will be a mission for us. Don't you worry about that. Porto are gonna hold it, blood. They're gonna hold it, blood. Mira said, "That's why I think we'll go far in the Champions League. The teams play offensively, and they aren't that defensive." Yeah, I think there's that point there.
There's some teams in the there's levels to this thing, guys. Don't think you're gonna just turn up.
No, of course you can't just rock up. No, you have to apply.
Over 3 legs. Hey,
you have to apply.
Halftime, people.
Halftime at the DW Stadium. 1-0 to Manchester United. Thanks to Diego Dallo. Endo says, Peter, you have 1 win in 7. 1 win in 7. 3 losses on the trot. 2 home losses in a row. You're an embarrassment right now. Please don't do no toxic positivity. What's happening at Arsenal is alarming. It's alarming, yeah. What I'm saying is it will be arrested. I'm not saying this is fine or fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else has asked me a question. I'm going to try and find it. I think it was Taha who was asking, what's my, big question? Are you man winning the league? Absolutely. The league's not done. The league is ours, mate. It's ours to lose, as I keep saying. It's ours to lose.
Oh, you know what? 5 points behind, blood.
Don't worry about that. We're in January.
Piers, you're so Cody Rhodes. That's what you remind me of.
What?
You're such a Cody Rhodes guy. Arsenal has to finish the story.
Where does your faith come from?
It's not even that, blood. It's not even like that. What I'm saying, for me, David, you just don't focus too heavy on what you've seen in the last 3 games, because and it's the same thing can go for if you win 3 games in a row. Don't think because we won 3 games in a row we're going to win the league. My guess and my prediction at the start of the season was Arsenal's going to win this league. I remember when it was like January this time last year. Arsenal didn't win a game in January. And I said, you know what, Mirad, I've joined the train, bruv. I'm in. I watched that performance away at Leicester. I said, I'm in. This team's back. They're ready to go again.
And what did I tell you? Listen, as I said, Nketiah is not that guy. You need goals to win you the league, man. Now, hey, hold on. You see number 17 in Manchester? He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
The Norwegian's
back. Hyperbolic Chamber he's finished his training.
No, thank you for reminding me of that, David. because David, you mentioned something about, why don't we do like a switch thing? Maybe if Martinelli goes out to the right, and then so instead of cutting inside, you can go around the back. On 4 occasions, Kevin De Bruyne did this thing, and I was like, can people just use their brains like this guy? He gave a ball. He gave a ball. I think it was to either Foden or Doku. It was somebody random. It was someone random into the penalty area. Do you know what the first thing Kevin De Bruyne did? Went round the back on the outside, waiting because he just knew that player has to pass it to me. He has no choice. Has to pass it to me. He squares it to him. De Bruyne cuts it across. I think Doku scores. So it can't have been Doku. Doku then scores. And I sat there like, okay, who did they play? Was it Huddersfield Town?
Huddersfield, yeah.
Yeah. So, clearly it was a team. They were up against a team that were not as intelligent as them. Fair enough, right? But I'm sorry, if De Bruyne starts to make a run around the outside of the box when he's passed the ball into the box, you've got to watch it. You've got to watch that run. Like he made about 2 passes, right? I mean, he was jogging. He wasn't even running on the pitch. He made 2 passes, and as soon as the ball left his foot, he was on to the next move, and nobody was tracking him. And I sat there like, lads, and I was thinking about, when Saka gets the ball, where is Ben White? Where's that overlap from the?
I've been saying this all season.
Where is that? Or or where's the Zinni? You know what I'm saying? Give me something. You know what I mean?
I've been saying this. That's the one thing that's changed from last season, bro. The fullbacks are not overlapping, and I'm like, why, bro? What is going on, bro?
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now,
but listen,
when you're in this tight when you're in these tight games, last season we knew where everyone's gonna be. Okay, cool. Now this season, it looks like we're playing with a little bit of fear, and then when we're not, everything's not going our way. The Emirates is a bit quiet. Everyone's what's going on here? Everyone starts to panic, bro. Because you've changed. We're not. He's holding us back, bro. We're not loose like heavy metal football, bro. Let's just go for it, right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we were loving the kind of heavy metal we had last year, a little bit more Jurgen Klopp-ish. Whereas this year, he seems to have tried to go down maybe the Pep route. I don't know. Am I just being, is that lazy journalism? I don't know. But it almost feels like we're going down the more structured, organized Pep Guardiola way, which is, it's not as exciting as the Jurgen Klopp way. When we watch Jurgen Klopp's teams at their best, they are scintillating to watch and winning games.
But look, you're going to see all them draws that City had, that run of 6 games without a win. It's because De Bruyne went there unlocking things, bro. Now, look, he's going to come back. You're going to see City going to run, mate. He's strong.
He's straight in my fantasy team. I put him straight in. As soon as I saw the hair, I said, he's back in. He's back in there.
And Saka needs to please undye your hair, please.
Did you see the picture? He did it today, 3 hours ago.
My thoughts were. My thoughts.
It's not a fashion icon.
He's gone back to black hair, apparently.
Thank you very much.
You know my thing. You lot know my thing. I don't want any riff-raff. Yeah, I want black boots. I want you banging goals, assists, playing 10 out of 10 football. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me the colored hair, the earrings, the frigging tattoos, Ben White in that all white kit Arsenal were wearing. Ben White looked like Gabriel. I was saying there was times the ball's getting whipped in. I was like, who's head is that? He's like Gabriel. No, it's Ben White. Flipping hell. It's like a tangerine. Get that off. You know what I mean? Get that off. If you're on holiday, fair enough. You're on holiday, but no. I'm saying man.
Listen, give me lift some couple trophies, a league title, some top scorers, some awards, and then do as you wish. Messi did not start doing this tattoo business till later on. Yeah. Before, when he was winning his Ballon d'Ors back to back, clean, bro.
Let the hair grow. He let it grow. He cut it every now and again. He didn't. Nothing.
Final for Messi was beard. Bearded Messi. It's game over.
Bearded Messi.
Yeah.
Well, the best Messi was the Messi. There was nothing attractive.
No, it was clean, bro.
Baggy shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to kick ball, blood.
You're talking 09 Messi.
I'm talking from 09 to 2014, blood. That Messi there. It was no nonsense. What's the year when he scored 91 goals or something, like 92 goals in a calendar year? I think it was like 2013 or something. It was a joke. It was a freaking joke. And then Suarez and Neymar joined the party, and then they went and won the treble again. Nah, listen.
But that was unfair. That team was just so unfair.
Listen, it is what it is.
When sorry to go on a tangent. When you ask like what was the greatest team in football history, I'm sorry, that Barca 2014-15 team is one of the best I have ever seen.
That MVP comes close though. I won't lie. David Villa and Pedro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the 2011 one's better. They were wrong. They were just wrong.
With Xavi, Iniesta in midfield, bro. I'm scared.
It was a joke.
I'm sorry.
Like that year when they knocked out Real Madrid in the semi and they beat Man United in the final, I was like, what team is this? They beat us, I think, in the quarter or the last 16. And I was like, what team is this? Like, it was just not fair. Like, it weren't fair, bruv. Messi scores a goal against Almunia where he flicks it in the air and then lobs him. And then the crowd, like in the replay, nobody's really even clocked that he's actually just chipped the keeper and then lobbed it. Then the replay goes and you hear the whole thing. Oh, they all simultaneously, they all just frigging like, they couldn't believe what they just saw. That year, it was like, I was just like, they're the best team in the world, man. They're the best team in the world. Like, I don't know. I know what you're saying about 2015, but you're mainly talking about the front three. Whereas when you look at the 2011 team, the whole 11, it was wrong.
I'm saying even the complementation of the front three, the front behind them.
No, MSN was
the team. The support team was
doing
their job.
It was wrong. It was wrong. Those two Barca teams were just a joke.
It was illegal, bruv.
Footy Agenda says
they're financially bankrupt.
Yeah,
when I think about it.
Footy Agenda says why Arteta is looking for a DM in Onana. Good player, but when you're not gonna go up top, priorities. What's your thoughts on this Onana talk?
He's a good player.
I need someone who's gonna replicate what Xhaka done last season. That guy that's always running into channels, working with Martinelli.
Wouldn't you say Partey? I don't feel like we miss Xhaka that much. I feel like
but then we got Jorginho, but he's not playing him.
Yeah, I mean, I like I say, I think Partey did a lot more than what we give credit for.
No, I know what you're saying. It's that player that gets the ball in midfield and is always trying to thread through the lines. I hear that. But then we get round and then it's just not. Havertz's movements are just, he just runs into space, whatever. I don't even know what he's doing.
Oh, Peter, is that not concerning though?
What's that?
You spent £105 million on this DM or whatever Declan Rice is, and you're lamenting Thomas Partey. His injuries derailed you last season, and apparently it's happened again.
Yeah, no, because I think Partey and Rice are two different players. But having Rice didn't mean replace Partey. That's not what that meant. Like that, if anything, like when you we needed to have a Declan Rice in that team.
So who was Rice? Was it upgrading someone?
Sorry, no. What I mean is, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying necessarily what Arteta's plan was, or player for player, position for position. I'm just saying, ideally, I know when we had Partey at the start of the season, guess what? We were playing him at right back, and I was pulling my freaking hair out on that.
No.
I was like, what are we doing?
Why did we buy Rice? I need that question answered. Why did we buy Rice?
We needed a better midfielder in that midfield.
Who's he replacing though?
It was the replacement for Xhaka, in my opinion. I think that's what it was. But it didn't mean he's going to play in Xhaka's position as such, but you would have Rice and Partey and then Ødegaard ahead of them too. That's how I saw it. That's what made sense to me when the signing was made. Now, we've never had that. By the way, we've never played it because when Partey was fit, we were flinging him at right back and Gabriel was on the bench. Okay, and then we'll have it. Unfortunately, we've not had the joy or the privilege to see Partey, Rice and Ødegaard, because that midfield sounds scary. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a good midfield when you got those in your three. That's my understanding. And I wonder whether Onana is just a case of look, no El Neni, Jorginho. Okay, he'll give me 10 games. No Vieira. Vieira's gone. I don't know what the deal is with Smith Rowe. What's he done to him? I don't know. A man that saved his job. In my opinion. There's a lot. There's a lot of messy, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so Taha's asking then what was Havertz?
That was to add to the bench. I told you this from day one. Havertz was not meant to be starting for Arsenal.
So we spent 65 M's on a bench player.
Good, listen.
On a squad.
Good Lord.
David, you wait.
No,
there,
this
guys.
is what you're telling me.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. When we look at teams like, for example, Manchester City, yeah, their first 11 is phenomenal. And guess what they have on the bench? Phenomenal. They've got £100 million worth of players on the bench. They've got £200 million worth of players on the bench. They've got players where we turn up to the Etihad with Rob Holding and we say, hang on a minute, how can we compete against Man City when they can afford to have Grealish on the bench, Calvin Phillips on the bench? I saw Laporte on the bench last year. So we can't have it both ways. You know, Riyad Mahrez would be sitting on the bench half the season. So, you know, I was saying at the start of the summer window, we bought players to finish the season. Last year, we didn't finish them. And I said we bought finishers this year. Timber, Tomiyasu, you know, Zinchenko can all play at left back. Timber can play at right back. So too can Ben White. You've got Gabriel, you've got Saliba, and I think another centre half needs to be brought in there, right? Your midfield has got Partey, Rice, Jorginho. You know, the list goes on. We're saying, well, who plays where? Who fits in where? Not everybody's going to be starting in the 11, and that's good. Because guess what? Guess what Liverpool's bench was yesterday and what they could bring on? They could barely bring on anything yesterday. Now, true, that could be just their choice. It could have just been the fact that, you know, it's a cup game, different, you know, horses for causes. Had they played Arsenal in the league, we'll see in February when they play us in the league at the Emirates, where, you know, that bench will have, you know, when their bench has, let's say, Diogo Jota and maybe one other, ours has Trossard on there, and if Smith Rowe comes on and players like that, you think, okay, you know, that's a bit more better. Maybe a Havertz comes off the bench. These are players that you need to buy a squad to win the league. You cannot win the league with just a front 11, with a first 11. You cannot.
But do you buy? The question is, do you buy Kai Havertz to win the league, even as a squad player for 65 million?
Listen, I don't see anything wrong with having Kai Havertz in your squad. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a good player.
Bro, he's been there 3 years. He didn't work at Chelsea. He's not going to work at Arsenal. I'm sorry, bro. No one's going to change my mind about that one.
It's like now everybody's saying, let's get the striker, right? Let's say, for example, right, Mikel wants to buy a Tony, he wants to buy an Osimhen, he wants to buy a whatever. Guess what that means? One of the players now in the 11 will be on the bench. That's not bad.
Mate, that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Fix my starting 11 and then we work around Jesus, Martinelli, Saka, Nelson. Fine, fix the problem. But when my number one issue is the goals are not going in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And we've spent 65 million on a bench player who's not contributing. How many goals has he scored?
I think he's up there. I can't lie.
He scored three. He scored 3, and then he had that nonsense assist for Man City, bro.
Excuse me.
And that's it.
He's got. Is it just 3?
I think it's 3. 3.
Okay.
And that assist against Man City, and that's it. That's his Arsenal career, yeah. So far, seriously, nah, bruv.
But yeah, he's not been brilliant. But I'd argue as well, neither has anybody else. And I think at least let me attack Kai Havertz when everybody else is doing well. Let me attack so and so when everybody else is doing well. At the moment, guess what, David? Who's Arsenal's best player this season?
Boy,
exactly.
Saliba.
Exactly.
I'll say Saliba.
I'd argue Rice, but I get your point. You know, you get the point we're making here. It's nothing that is from the halfway line forward. It's none of them.
I blame this on Arteta, mate.
Yeah,
you've changed the whole thing. You said this is anyway. As I said, listen. My point is this: yeah. Since Klopp came in at Liverpool, there've been improvements. Apart from that one season last season, they got to the Champions League final. The goalkeeper dropped a clang and they lost it. You're in the bin. Alisson, they win the Champions League the next season and then the Premier League. Pep Guardiola comes in. They said, I can't play this football here. You had Claudio Bravo in goal. That don't work. Finish third. Boom, you're out the door. Ederson come in. We've seen what he's done.
Yeah.
One bad season. Bro, you cannot tell me we've challenged for the league. Fine, we missed out by 5 points. And then we come in the next season, 200 million, and we're 10 points worse. My wingers are not scoring goals. My striker ain't scoring goals like last season. Bro, what have you done?
I think you said something like that's so potent right there. Yeah, we spent 200 million and we're 10 points worse. But guess what? I don't think it's because of the 200 million. I just think it's because of the players that we had last year that were scoring goals aren't scoring goals. You feel me?
And then we ask, why are they not scoring goals?
Now Mikel has to go to the dressing room and sort that out. That's what he has to do.
And that's why he's the manager. And I'm telling you, he can't do it.
You don't think he will? You think Arsenal will be like this from now till May?
We'll win a couple of games, but then when it comes to the critical moments, and you see,
I can't lie. I agree with David. I think when you guys slide, you slide.
When it comes to the critical moments, and it's not going well, and I see him gathering the whole team around the bench, I'm like, yeah, these guys' heads are gone, mate.
Interesting. I genuinely think he will solve this problem, because the problem is a collective issue of us scoring goals in the back of the net. And
but ultimately, if you don't win the league, whose fault is it? Sorry? If you don't win the league, whose fault is it?
We'll have to wait and see how we lost the league. That's what it will depend on. In my opinion, it will depend on that. Like, if we lost the league now, currently where we are, I wouldn't blame Mikel for it. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't actually blame him for it, because he spent money. He spent good money. He bought good players, and Arsenal are not finishing their dinner. As I said at the start, we were rigid and we were not creating enough chances. We were boring. It was lackluster. It was 1-0 away from home, blah, blah. We've solved that problem. The only thing is we don't look like we solved the problem, because guess what? We're missing 30 chances a game. So it looks like we haven't done anything. Well, in actual fact, I want to give Mikel credit here. We've become a team now that has actually created chances again. And not just someone's taking a shot from 30 yards is considered a chance. No. We have seen chances where, how have you missed this? You know, we're asking the player, how have you missed that? How's Odegaard missed that again? How has Saka missed that again? Kai, what's going on? Jesus, you know what I'm saying? So the chances are there, guys. The ball is eventually going to hit the back of the net. We're going to be hurting guys soon. No doubt about it. Big up to See the Sense, man. What's going on? I hope you're good. But Peter, do you not worry about these players sitting on 3 losses on the bounce for 2 weeks? No. If anything, they need a break. They're in Dubai, blood. They're gonna get that tan. You know what I'm saying? Warm weather trading. No, I don't worry. They're professional footballers, man. These guys have been playing football since they were 6. You know them ones. Like they've lost games before. They've been on runs before, droughts before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. At the end of the day. By the way, is that Sean Maloney? Is he the manager of Wigan?
I was like, I know this guy.
Oh, he scored a blinding free kick against Arsenal at the Emirates the year they went down when they won the FA Cup. See the Sense says signing Jesus was a huge question mark for me.
I agree. I 100% agree, because I feel like if you sign someone from Man City, there has to be a reason why they're getting rid.
I mean, Madrid dash players out every time. Do you know what I mean? They used to dash players every year.
But Madrid dash players because they're done with them. They
gave us Ozil. They gave teams Robin. I'm saying,
because Madrid operate on a simple, like, we use you until you are done with us. And like, done your job, peace. Fair. That's what Madrid do. They operate like that all the time. Same with Bayern. If Bayern are selling, you need to ask why.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair. No, fair dues.
Yeah, but Ozil was a great signing, but I wouldn't say.
Like I just said, Ozil came to us. Robin went to Bayern Munich and had the career of his life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't always work out. It doesn't always mean like it was the right decision to sell those players. Endo says Crystal Palace at home next week will tell us everything about Arsenal going forward. How do these players respond to 3-Ls? There are 3 big games, Endo, that Arsenal will give us an indication of where Arsenal are. We've got Palace away. It's in 2 weeks. We've got the break now. So 20th of January we play Crystal Palace. 12:30 kickoff at home. 12:30, right? Early doors, ready to cane the guys, bruv. Then we've got Nottingham Forest midweek away, right? At the City
Why do you not have a break?
Everyone's got an international a winter break. Some teams are playing this weekend
because we're playing. I think we're playing this weekend. So
yeah, so some teams are having it this weekend, and we're having it. Remember, it's a winter break that doesn't affect the fans because they want to they still get to see some football. So it'll be half the games this week, and then half the games the weekend after. Okay. We had this last season, but yeah, what was I gonna say?
I feel like we had a week off in Feb, but I don't know why. But anyways,
maybe because of the World Cup, probably for a spanner in the work. Maybe I'm not sure. But yeah, as I said, Palace at home, then it's Forest away midweek at night in Forest. Yeah, that's a friggin' tricky ground for us. And then at home to Liverpool. Those are our next 3 Premier League games. we will know what Arsenal we are looking at the rest of the season on those 3 games. Until then, there we go.
Wait, Endo. You said I just read your comment. You say that, Robin, but Jesus led us to a title this year. Since when? Since when? I didn't know you're a secondary team.
Yeah. By the way, Jesus was a big part of Arsenal's title challenge last year, and when he went down,
no, Endo, I need to know what happened there. Why did us? I need to know. Where's your allegiance?
Jesus missed critical chances though.
He did too. You're right. I can't deny that.
I won't lie. That Southampton one comes to mind. Southampton, where we drew 3-3. There's a couple chances in the end where.
I mean, but you know, why are we conceding 3 goals at home? You know them ones like we shouldn't be conceding 3 goals at home. Right. You know, and there's a lot of stuff going on where now all of a sudden, you know, the defense was so rock solid, and even the defense is like, guys, can you get some goals? Because we're conceding goals now left, right, and center, like it's cash as well. And as Endo says, Partey was the tone setter last season. Partey has been Mikel Arteta's best signing by a country mile.
But we can't keep him fit, bro.
True. And the thing is, Mikel's only ever bought 1 forward since he's been here. So you know, let's see how he does in the market.
Man. As I said, the doctors are a crucial part of the team, bro.
Yeah. All right, let's move it along, man. Anything else on Arsenal before so we can get out of here?